Okay, so we're live. If you could please state your full name, school, current year in school, and associated region.
I'm Rachel Truong, and I'm from the Southwest region, and I'm 23 and an alumni at CU Boulder.
Awesome. So if you could just please tell me a little bit about yourself and what is your involvement in VSA?
So currently, I'm not too involved with my region as well, just because I graduated, and um, I'm applying for secretary for our Southwest region. So we'll see how that goes, and yeah, currently involved in that.
Awesome. Okay, so what is your favorite dance move? And please show us a 15-second example of
Girl,
it.
since I'm on my phone. This is freaking.
You gotta do it
Okay.
for 15 seconds.
Oh no. Okay, here I'll do this too. Okay, you gotta. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay.
you gotta stop it.
So what made you want to apply to be a family leader?
So I want to be a family leader because last year I was on staff, and definitely with entertainment we had very few involvement with the attendees. And I think that this year, with being a family leader, it gives you more connections and bonds with the attendees, and to be able to motivate the first time attendees to do more leadership position in their local VSA. So that's my primary reason why I want to be family leader, as well as to step up to the plate and try it at a national level compared to my region and my local VSA.
Awesome. So what qualifications and experiences make you the best choice?
So I was a family leader for my second year of an involvement in VSA. So I had experience in having new members as well as really old members, or as you can say, alumni. So I have experience in connecting the gap between um, the two, and just making them feel as welcomed as possible. And like I said, I want my family to be as fun and the dynamic to be as enjoyable and family like, just because most families, they either don't talk or they're too hyped. So I definitely want to bring a lot of fun into this, and bring up the EQ and family leader, and yeah, the family team dynamic.
Okay. And then, so say you're in a situation with like a family member that is really unwilling or they're just like too shy to participate in activities. How do you go about encouraging them to kind of participate, or like how would you go about the situation?
Okay, so there are two things I want to try this year. And the first thing is, obviously we don't know some of the family members before conference. And because of that reason, I want to do one-on-one before having a family Google Hangout overall. And as well as I want to create a competition in a way. Last year, for staff to be involved with the attendees, we had these little challenges. And for my family, I actually want each of my family members to have some sort of little challenge that we can do when we meet each other. And I think that would definitely bond kids more because of the little knickknacks and, a little competition, and just to get them more involved and support each other. Yeah.
Um, okay. I love you. What would you like? What else would you do to encourage interaction between your family or like with your family and like other families?
Oh yeah. So we have a little thing here called like Penny Wars. I don't think I want to start that then, but I want to do something very similar where we're able to bond with them by creating alliance. I don't want to say alliance at the same time, but some sort of way to interact them. Like I said, I really want to do mini challenges between the family members, so maybe they can interact that with another family as well. But because I also want to do a family dynamic of being very fun, I want someone to, I guess, a family that's a little more shy or a little not as outgoing, to be more of that thing to help them as well.
Awesome. So describe a time where you ran into a problem and you had to solve it. How did you overcome it?
Okay, a problem. I think it's also the same as when I was a family leader. I had issues in um, getting some kids to be involved as well, just because they don't feel like it's a lot of fun or they'll gain anything out of it. What I would do is we had partners, and I did, like I said, teaming up with different family leaders, um, make them feel more sociable. I think the thing is with family leader, you want them to feel like they're as comfortable as they can. So what I would like to do is just reach out to those who can't or are afraid to show themselves, or as well as be as outgoing. I don't want to seem pushy as well, but let's hope that will gain their confidence. And like I said, I want to boost boost the EQ of some members, just by relating to them personally. I mean, we all started off as first time attendees or the shy one. So being part of entertainment committee as well definitely helped me build that confidence, as well as, work with the team and make everyone feel as useful, even if it's like a little task. So
Okay, so how would your peers describe your personality and your work ethics?
okay, as my family leader application shows, my humor is really dry and very quirky. And apparently, when I was at South Summit recently, they all said that I have a smile that is like home to them. I guess I just like being fun and relatable as I can. So that's how they would describe me. Easygoing.
So we definitely powered through that. Those are all of the questions.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah.
I was
So,
expecting more. I was like, okay.
is there anything you want to go back on and like add more to, or if not, then this is sort of a time for if you have any questions for me in terms of like family committee and what like the process and timeline will look like. I'm here
I
to answer.
guess for me is, what kind of like vision are you looking for in a family leader, and like what are you looking for in a family leader, and how that would work with this year's conference, because every year is obviously different.
Yeah, we're definitely looking for family leaders that are a bit more cohesive in terms of like bonding their family together. There were some comments last year about people feeling left out, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe the family dynamic was just a little bit off because they weren't very outgoing, and their family leader was, and their whole entire family was, and so that was really difficult for some attendees. And so we're really looking for someone to kind of like bridging that gap together. Um, and bringing folks that don't normally participate or are normally kind of a little bit more reserved kind of out, and hopefully they get a better experience from UNAVSA this year than they did years before.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's also one of the goals too, because I've been into three conferences now. This is my third one. And with my friend who has been in three different family programs or family leaders, um, one spoke more to her. And so for me, I think I kind of want to emulate that and be that kind of family leader. So,
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I already love you, so.
I know. I already love you too. So,
Um,
but
is there
yeah,
another?
that's all the questions I have. I
Okay.
just want yeah.
And then I have two questions for you. They're just fun questions. There's no right or wrong answer. If you had an arch enemy, what would they use as your kryptonite to expose your greatest weakness?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. Kryptonite, I used to say sweets, like anything sweet, like, but lately I'm not fond of anything sweet, so I would say milk teas
With boba?
with boba, of course, with boba.
And then the second fun question is, if you were to govern your own island, who would you have sing your national anthem?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one too, girl. Bruno Mars. I would say Bruno Mars. He has the voice of an
Okay.
angel. Yeah.
Um, okay. That's kind of all that I have for you. Those are all the questions. And then in terms of moving forward, we're wrapping up the last couple of interviews within this week. And then I think a little bit next week, we'll take some time to go over your videos and your application and then your interview again. And we'll probably have a decision very soon. As you may already know, the time commitment for Family Leader is pretty low up until conference. We'll be doing a couple trainings with y'all in terms of what a family leader looks like, and it's modeled a lot after what Southwest is doing with your conference, and so I'm sure it's nothing too new for you. But other than that, that's all I really have for you, and we will be in contact with you very soon.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, let
I
me
know.
stop.
I was like,
Did it stop?
no,
No.
not yet.